One, the relationship between psychoanalysis and the wider culture. Okay, and I have a chapter about that in my book. My whole book is really hopefully embedded in that notion that I think psychoanalysis has a great deal to offer the culture, and I think it does so and can do so, potentially can do so, as a kind of rebellious activity against the hegemonic culture. I don't know if you've read The Psychoanalytic Vision, but in that book, I identify the psychoanalyst with Camus' rebel, who refuses to be determined by historical circumstance. I think all analysts are inherently rebels in that sense, in the sense that the values of the culture are objectivism, materialism, and quantification. Psychoanalysis has nothing to do with any of those. In fact, it's anti-objectivism, materialism, and quantification. Psychoanalysis is about the experiencing subject, okay? Now, the culture has an investment really in eliminating the human subject as much as possible. In fact, when you go to psychology, and psychology is behaviorism, and all academic psychology is behaviorism, you can really see a cultural effort to completely eliminate the experiencing subject. There's no experiencing subject in academic psychology. And if it's not there, where is it? I mean, that's supposed to be the place where one can study human experiencing, right? And of course, in Europe, it's different. Continental Europe, they do that. But here in the States, we do not. Psychology, every introductory textbook to psychology defines psychology as the behavior of organisms, okay? Why is it the behavior of organisms? Because that's what can be measured. And they say that. I'm not making that up. I mean, that's what they say. And that is philosophically absurd. I don't know if I need to go into that critique now, but that absolutely makes no sense, okay? So to say it doesn't exist unless it can be measured, right? In fact, human experiencing cannot be measured, okay? Henri Bergson demonstrated this in 1910, that experiences have quality but not quantity. In other words, when Bergson's point was, if you say I'm a little angry or I'm very angry, you're talking as though there's a quantity of little angry versus a lot of angry. But actually, those are different experiences. There is no magnitude in psychological experience. So there's no magnitude, they can't be measured, right? It's a completely different experience. And so for an analyst, what you're looking at is not anything that can be measured, but the quality of human experiencing, which is antithetical to the culture, okay? But for that very reason, I think psychoanalysis has a unique contribution to me because it's one of the last bastions of human subjectivity. It's an area in which we can say, stand up and say, we are opposed. There is such a thing as a human experience that cannot be measured, that cannot be objectified, okay? And that's really the spice of human life, right? So that's where I see psychoanalysis as having a contribution to make that really almost you find no other place. You're not going to find it in psychology, that's for sure. The only other place where you may find it, where you do find it to some degree, is in, of course, the arts and humanities, philosophy, and some of the arts you'll see that. But not in most social sciences. Sociology is primarily a quantitative discipline, not entirely. I mean, there are qualitative people, but what I'm saying is there are very few places that really study human subjectivity and champion it and really look at what it is and can be and try to illuminate it and transform it. And so psychoanalysis is very unique in that way. So that's one of the things I'm really trying to focus on is how psychoanalysis can contribute to the culture, what its relationship is to the culture, and how it can contribute to that. Probably the thing of all things I've written, the thing I've gotten the most response to is my presidential address 2 years ago, Division 39, which is called Psychoanalysis in the Age of Nikeism. And I oppose psychoanalysis to the Nike solution, the Nike slogan, "Just do it." And the reason I do that is because that was such a successful slogan. I think it typifies American culture, demonstrates what it is, that those three words can spectacularly improve shoe sales to the point where there is no second to Nike, okay? And it did nothing to the shoes. It only came up with "just do it," okay? It's a compelling kind of idea to Americans. Just do it. Don't think, don't feel, just do. Psychoanalysis is just the opposite. And I think we need a psychoanalysis that says, why should we just do it?